All right, we are here. Celtics draft season is just getting started, and we're going to start with looking at a prospect. Danny Wolf, out of Michigan, 20-year-old big man, went to Yale first, then transferred to Michigan after 2 years there, I believe. He'll be turning 21 at some point in his first season in the league, or maybe even before the season starts, because he spent 3 years in college. He's 21 now. He turned 21 on May 5th, so he just turned 21, spent 3 years in college, two at Yale, one at Michigan. Very intriguing big man prospect, projected to go late lottery to late first round, so could potentially sneak into the Celtics range if people pass up on him. We talked to Tyler Rucker about him, said teams are split. They don't really know what to think about him. He's 6'10", 6'11", plays like a guard, but he averaged 13 and 9.7 at Michigan this past year. So an intriguing prospect. We'll look at highlights, lowlights, some scouting reports, and make a decision.
Yeah, taking a look now, Danny Wolf is predicted to go 14th to the Spurs on the latest No Ceilings mock, 17th to the Wolves on the latest ESPN mock, and on the latest Yahoo mock, he is 26th. So more in Boston's range, but he could be there. The Celtics also have 2 picks in this draft, so they could make a move up if they're really intrigued by him. But he's going to be an interesting prospect. I think there's a lot to be said about big men that have good passing instincts. I think they really make your offensive machine move a lot more smoothly. It's like putting oil in your car. So this would be a fun scouting report for us to do.
Yeah, let's start with just like the general highlights. Obviously, we'll watch some lowlights and what people don't like as well. But starting off, No Ceilings put together a compilation of season highlights for Danny Wolf, so we can start there and see what they feel. We won't watch the whole thing. Obviously, it's a longer video, but we can skip around, look at some of the highlights from each section that they put together, and then go from there. So let's take a look. I'll turn the sound off so we don't have to talk over it, and just let me know if the video skips around at all, and we'll see what happens. But Danny Wolf, 7 foot 20 or 21 now, center / forward out of Michigan, 13-10. We can look at some scoring highlights here, starting off in the full court.
It's good to know he can dunk. That's good. Good start.
Moving around to the 3-point line. He's got the
Whoa,
step back three. Yeah,
that's
he's
a
got a
crazy
handle on him.
move.
He's got a handle on him.
Do we know if he had a? Let me. I'll Google it. I wonder if he had a growth spurt. That's like the type of thing you
Um,
see a dude do, like when he wasn't always 7 feet tall.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm not sure. He spent a lot of time as.
Yes,
Hmm,
6'3" at the beginning of his freshman season, grew 3 inches by his sophomore year, 3 or 4 inches in the past few years. So he was not always. I mean, I guess I don't know if you're 6'3" as a freshman, there's a chance that you're a big guy, but I don't think you're thinking you're going to be an NBA center at 6'3" as a
freshman
freshman.
year of college or high school?
High school.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that would be even crazier if it was he got recruited to
Oh,
play
I wasn't sure.
college. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, like you can see the clear comfortability with the ball in his hands. You can see him operating out of the pick and roll. He's okay with taking some of these step backs. Michigan gave him a lot of freedom to sort of take the shots and run the offense how he wanted. So I think it was an interesting experience watching him do that, but also there could be some, I don't want to say concerns, but like he's not going to do this at the NBA level, right? Like will he fit on an NBA team? Will a team, take him that gives him the freedom to run the ball a little more? If the Celtics were to take him, how much freedom would he have depending on how the season goes? So obviously all those questions can be put into context. We can move on to some of the playmaking highlights too. This has been all scoring. So let me switch tabs and take a look at where we get to that. The playmaking highlights are great. I did a scouting report on Wolf for Houdini already, so
we haven't even
I
gotten
can
to the
tell you.
playmaking, and I'm already like, this is awesome.
Yeah, he just passes like Rondo, man. It's very intriguing to see.
Yeah, this guy rocks. I can't believe I hadn't heard about him the entire college
Mhm.
season.
He's fun, man. Very good passer, like incredibly good passer. It's very impressive to watch.
Yeah,
And he
because I
passes
mean,
out of everywhere too.
there's some prospects you'll watch like the highlights of them. The playmaking will just be them hitting the open cutter, but these are like having to misdirect the defense, make the needle threading pass type of plays. It's not your standard, oh, that guy's open, I'm going to pass it to him.
He was playing point guard, dude. Like he was playing point guard for Michigan at 7 feet tall. It's crazy. Look at
This
him.
is
He's running the pick
hilarious.
and roll as the ball handler. Like this is ridiculous. He's passing from everywhere. The passing is my favorite part. It gets me the most excited.
I mean, these are the sort of plays that can really, again, help your offense take that next step. Like, we've seen how different the Celtics and other teams look when they're hitting the paint and making the right reads. Like, watching game 3 of the Pacers series this year, and the Pacers fell off a cliff without Halliburton because they didn't really have anybody reading the floor the way he does. Having somebody that may not have to be your primary ball handler doing it is going to help you that much more.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, listen, like if we're looking for a way for, we spent all season praising Luke Cornett for his work, playmaking out of the short roll. I'm not saying, he's bad at it, but if this is where he's starting from, I don't think I'll have any problem making those plays. So we can look at some defensive highlights too, because I think that's where some of this concerns start to seep in a little bit. I don't think he's necessarily a bad defender, but he did spend a lot of time playing the 4 in college, or at least defensively. He played a lot of the off-ball help role because Golden was the primary matchup on centers. He's not incapable of guarding centers, but that is like the concern for as much as like his time at the guard helped him with his ball handling and stuff. It also, didn't give him a lot of chances and opportunities to guard big men. So something he's going to have to get used to a little bit, but he is a big body. Like you see here, he's guarding the corner and he has to help over, which he can do. And he has a good feel for the game, which I think is natural, but it's just, can he guard 5s in the NBA is a pretty big question mark.
The immediate answer for a lot of rookies is no, especially the best ones, just because the physical development isn't there yet. Like these guys have to put on muscle. How old is Wolf? 20, I think. Is that
21
what it says
now.
on 21 now? Okay. So like he is on the older side for draft prospects, but he's still only 21. Like you're not really expected to be in your prime just yet. There will be work to be done, but he has the height to do it. If he puts on muscle, maybe he can be a little bit better at defending the bigger players in the NBA. But that's going to be a process. It doesn't really happen all at once. But the good news here is he looks like he can stick with smaller players at a decent rate, at least. Like he's getting switched on and he's able to stay in front of him on the perimeter. I mean, I guess you can find clips of just about any big guy doing it if you want to make a highlight tape. But it's good to see it's there.
Yeah, he's got some. I feel like the quick feet come with the fact that he is such a good ball handler and has the handle like that. Like I feel like that comes with some semblance of quickness. So it's not like amazing. He is. I mean, when you're that big, you're just gonna be a little bit slow, and so there's some. I suppose like questions to be answered there, but it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty decent place. You can stick with guys on drives. We can look at some other videos as well, so we're not just watching a full highlight tape. This is from the account we watched last year, BTL Sports, where they show some highlights, some lowlights, some concerns, etc. It's like a quick 2-minute video, so we can watch this whole thing and see what we think. I'm going to link all these videos in the description if anybody wants to watch their channel, but this is a little 3-minute video of Danny Wolf and some of the stuff he does. There might be, so like it says 7-foot-ish center. I think he was like 6'10.5" or something in shoes. So we're going to see some highlights, some lowlights, the jump shot, obviously there at the top. So
what, actually, you know what? I will look at this. His jump shot looks very smooth is what sparked my current thought train. I'm curious to see what his free throw percentage is.
Jump shot's pretty good. It's a little slow. It's a little out in front of him too, so maybe that's some concerns. But in general, it's a very good place to start with, and he's very comfortable shooting off the dribble, off the catch. So even if it wasn't the most efficient, which I don't think it was because he was handling the ball a lot, it's a good place. It's a good jumping point. So
not great free throw. 59.4% from the line this year. Yeah,
not good. Could be
usually
some concerns with the shot in that case.
Yeah, usually the free throw for those listening is one of the ways that college or NBA scouts determine the likelihood that you develop your jump shot further. So being able to knock those down is a good indicator of that. It looks comfortable.
It looks okay though. I don't know. I wonder if we're gonna see any lowlights too. That's what I thought this was. Oh no, this is highlights. I thought we were gonna see some lowlights. Regardless, we can see the jump shot.
There just are none here. Clearly,
we can watch Sleeper's Media too. This is a video some guys we watched last year. We're obviously not going to watch the whole thing, but these are the guys that gave us the NBA comps, and so I want to take a look and see what they think the comps are going to be. So they like the IQ, the field, the playmaking, that stuff from Danny Wolf, which is a good thing. Shooting big, crafty finisher. I want to get to the part where they talk about the comparisons. Okay, here they go. One word for Danny Wolf. Let's take a listen. I'm going to link these guys in the description. They're great.
Of Danny Wolf ever. But when things went wrong, it was often like, what is Danny doing? We've got to get this figured out. And I don't know how that's going to translate to the NBA. We've got a bunch of categories here. So let's start to go through these. I want to begin with one word to describe Danny Wolf. Give me your word. I'll give you mine, and then you can explain your answer.
So my word is going to be something no one agrees with. And I just want to preface it by saying I know that. It's because I view it differently than I think the consensus does. I view it based upon definition. Danny Wolf is a unicorn. And when I say
hold on, let me say mine, then we'll go back to you. I said unordinary, so we both got a UN theme going right now. But okay, unicorn Danny Wolf.
So to me, to the consensus, unicorn is somebody that's like putting up numbers we've never seen before, performances we've never seen before. To me, a unicorn's a talent we've never seen before. How many 7-foot point guards have we watched play basketball? You know what I mean? Like, is he a great shooter? No, but he's 7 foot.
Okay. I want to get to the NBA comps. These are long videos, and I don't want to take all their videos, but they do best case, worst case, and other stuff. So let's take a look at what they think for that. So
from will he be happy in whatever role he's in? Two comparisons. We got a best case and a worst case. Let's do best case comparison first. I said Tony Kukoc. Who'd you say?
Boris Diaw.
Ooh, I like Boris. Talk me through the vision there.
So Boris Diaw was a phenomenal player. Couldn't necessarily shoot, but you had to guard him at the 3-point line, right? Like, he was willing to shoot it, couldn't necessarily make it.
I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, Tony Kukoc or Boris Diaw are both fine. And then I want to see worst case. Let's see what they got for that, just for the full picture.
Slimming down. Go all the way in on the fact that I am a perimeter guy. And to me, the model for that would be exactly what happened with Tony Kukoc. Let's go straight to worst case scenario here. I said Darko Milicic.
The worst case ones are always so mean.
Yeah, so I said, and I want to preface this one. I mean this with none of the additional controversy that comes along with this comparison. But I said Royce White.
Okay.
I think Royce White.
I see the downsides for both of those. I see why they compared them. But listen, man, I like Danny Wolf a lot. Like you mentioned, he could be anywhere from late lottery to late first round picks based on recent mock drafts. The highlights are there. The playmaking is ridiculous. The shots there. The defensive question marks are there. My opinion on the turnovers, which is I think a lot of people's biggest concern, the decision making, he is not going to be in a role in the NBA where he is put in that position to be the primary point guard. And if he is, that means he developed pretty damn well. And so I'm writing a mock draft for Houdini right now. It's not out. It's probably going to be out in the next day or so. I have him mocked 17, I think, is the Timberwolves pick. You don't know if you're getting Naz Reid back. You get some extra offensive creation at the 5, which you don't have outside of, Naz Reid right now, or really anywhere in the lineup outside of Anthony Edwards for the most part. So you get some extra shot creation, some extra, playmaking at the 5. That's going to be super useful. If he fell to the Celtics, I think they should take him. I think he's got all the makes. I always think passing is a great place to start for any player, regardless of space on the floor. And so I think Danny Wolf's a great prospect.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by him. I mean, obviously, I'm watching the highlights with Jack just going nuts over here because I hadn't seen them yet. Jack did the preview for Hardwood Houdini on him, so he was a little bit more familiar with his game. But I think the Celtics, one of their top needs, in my opinion, is center. You have 3 guys. You have no idea. Well, you don't have no idea, but it is possible that 3 of your top 4 centers, or your top 3 centers, we can just put it that way, will not be on the team next season. So drafting somebody to come in and be an understudy to whoever is here is a good way to start reinforcing that position going forward, preparing for when Jason Tatum is back in the lineup, whenever that may be.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the tier list. Let me figure out how I need to do this. I didn't set it up perfectly since then. So I'm gonna enter 5 images to start it off, and then I'll share the screen. I think I hopefully have enough. What tiers do you want to do? S, A, B, C, D, F? How many rows are we doing here?
We should do like S A B C D F,
F? No E?
like school grades. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look. Hopefully this shared correctly, and then I can share with you guys a complete tier list. Tierlistmaker.com is currently making it. But all right. So Danny Wolf, where do we want to rank him in the tier list, Sam? What are your thoughts? I obviously like him a lot, so I'm pretty high on him, but your thoughts as we go here.
I was excited by him. I'm curious to see a little bit more of his ability to be, just thinking back to what was the undoing of Boston in this Knicks series. Can he be somebody like a Cornet that you can trust to box out and rebound and be a presence down low, keeping opposing teams off the glass? We didn't really see a whole lot of that. I really don't know how you make rebounding highlights into a mixtape either, for what it's worth.
Tough. He did average 9.7 rebounds in his last year at Michigan, and I need to double check just because I'm not 100% sure what the bold means, but it was bolded, which I think means he led. He led the conference. No, he led the conference in rebounding, so 9.7, which is pretty good, including 2.3 offensive rebounds per game. So not bad.
Okay, I would say A tier personally. That's my feel. I feel like we can always move guys around.
We can move.
But A tier is a good place to start. We haven't seen any other prospects, at least in our video form yet. But if the Celtics, if you crystal ball told me that they draft him, I'd be like, nice. Can't wait for Summer League.
He might sneak into the S for me, but I'm happy putting him in A for now and comparing him to other prospects who might come along. So Danny Wolf, A tier for us. I know he is a very split decision prospect for a lot of people. Some people love him, some people hate him. Like it is very you're here or you're there on him. So we'll see what y'all think, but let us know what you think of Danny Wolf down in the comments. We have plenty more draft videos to come. Let us know who else we should look at. We obviously have a list we've already been compiling of a lot of players, but if there's anybody in specific you want to see next or as soon as possible, please let us know. Leave a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and all that. Sam, take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Be on the lookout for more prospect videos. We're going to be putting them out as the draft comes up. We have about a month exactly, almost, until the draft will be happening. So plenty of time for us to talk about who the Celtics should maybe pick. We also have full pods Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then we're doing other videos like these on the other days to keep you up to date with everything. 5 a.m. every day, we're here no matter what. All pods and game recaps when they happen are up on Apple and Spotify. So if you get your podcast there and you just want the audio versions, go ahead, follow. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. And tell your friends. You can email us. hbtcpod@gmail.com is the email for that. We're reading your emails every single time we do a podcast. We've been getting a healthy amount of them this offseason so far. So I want to say thank you to everybody who sends in emails because we do appreciate that. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jackson1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.